Little wine after a jump rope and um, how the band training ain't gonna hurt. It is full of calories though. Okay. Mm, okay. Here's the scenario. So, a Trump health appointee is apologizing for a Facebook video he made saying that CDC scientists who are battling coronavirus are conspiring against Donald Trump and warns that there will be shootings in America if Donald Trump loses the election. Now, I am anti-Trump, and I say that if Trump loses, that they're going to be bloodshed. There's going to be bloodshed because I really believe that some of the more violent right wingers, and there are violent right wingers that can't even be disputed. That's just a fact. The violent right wingers are going to go out for blood. I said that. I've said that. But somebody on Trump's staff saying it paints a whole different picture because that's it's almost like a threat. And you may say, okay, it's not a threat. Um, but it just if I say I was running for a local office here, me myself, somebody on my team went forward and made a video, made it public, and said that if Shauna doesn't win this local office, there's going to be shootings. First thing in people's mind, whether they want to admit it or not, is going to be like, she ain't going to shoot me. Baby, I got my gun. And be armed to the hilt, ready for something to jump off. Because they would take that as a threat. Michael Caputo coming out saying he's retracted that statement, that video. He's apologized for saying that. Bravo for you being big enough to apologize. Because usually you don't get an apology. But with him coming out in with Trump coming out in Woodard's book, admitting that he downplayed the virus and how deadly he thought it was initially to the public, he said that it would go away, but admitting in the book Rage that was written about him, he on audio they have proof of him saying it wasn't altered, so stop, of him saying that it was a back and forth conversation of him saying that yeah, it was deadly and it was dangerous, and he downplayed it. Now, and that audio came out in February before it got to where we had to close the country down in March. And if it were altered, he would be bringing up a lawsuit against this gentleman. Now, I've been at arms with some supporters, some Trump supporters, and I've tried to be civil about it. And if I make mistakes in my speech, I apologize. I haven't gotten that back in response. I just let that be what it is because all of my videos speak for themselves. My opinion is my opinion, and it's just that. I can give you facts, not based on what I believe, but based on what I've seen. I form my opinions based on the facts that I view. Everybody in this entire world has a right to their opinion one way or another. I'm not going to hold it against anybody for believing what they believe, although I have not received that same courtesy, and that's fine. But Trump and Biden are both going to throw out their nets for the Latino vote in Nevada. And I'm just like, I don't understand how Trump can even get anybody Latino to vote. I mean, everybody has their own reason, and it's not for me to make a determination as to why somebody would vote for him or why somebody wouldn't. I mean, I know why I wouldn't, but everybody certainly has the right to vote for whomever they feel and speak on behalf or in opposition of who they feel like. It's our constitutional right as Americans to speak against what we want to speak against and to speak in favor of what we want to speak in favor of. As a black woman, I know that I can't vote for Trump because Trump has done nothing but undermine my people. It's been proven how he speaks down on us, and the things that he says is just deplorable, and it's almost laughable how amazing it is that he says some of this stuff that he says. It's it just blows my mind. But Mr. Caputo, uh, I'm just, why would you come forward as a member of this man's cabinet and speak, or a member of this man's team, and speak so generally about violence that's going to happen to America if his the member of his party doesn't make president another 4 years? Come on. I've never in my life, we've never lived in a time like this where people's hatred is so overwhelmingly obvious. And I know that I've spoken against Trump and people have decided to hate me because of it. But I've never hated anybody for speaking against Biden because at the end of the day, I don't know either one of those brothers. I don't care to know either of them. They are who they are. They don't know me and I don't know them. It's amazing to me how all of us as people, Americans in the nation, can have tunnel vision so strongly that we see one person that was a nobody 5 years ago, and just suddenly be like, oh, this man is everything, and if you speak ill of him, we hate you. Supporting hate is a horrible thing. I don't want to hate anybody for anything. Unless you hurt my family, I can't hate you. Um, I like how love feels too much. Warm and fuzzy. I wish it weren't like this. I really wish it weren't like this. I wish that people could disagree and go on about their day and, you know, live, love, and laugh. Because as I said, in 2 more months, all of this will be over. Whoever will win, and life will go back to the same abnormalcy that it was before all of this happened. But as I said in the previous video, we'll survive it. We'll heal from it. And hopefully we'll be better. But it just seems like these days we aren't at the top of the food chain. It seems like we're de-evolving, because to act on emotion, to allow your emotion drive your actions without rational logical thought, is completely insane to me. At some point, you've got to stop, take a minute, and say, what is the objective here? What am I going to do? What am I trying to accomplish with what I'm doing? And you need to wake up every morning with that mindset I try to now. I've started meditating more, so I'm chill. But you just have to think about when I wake up in the morning now. If I haven't overslept my alarm clock getting ready to go to work, I think about first thing I think about is, oh, I gotta pee. Then I think about, am I gonna have time to eat these waffles? What am I gonna take to work for lunch? And then I think, what's my objective today? What do I want to accomplish? Be it a little bitty goal or a big goal. Every day we should aspire to leave the world better for our place in it. Every day. And that's going to be my theme from now on. I want to leave the space that I'm in and occupy, be it home, be it at a friend's house, or be it at work. Leave that space better than I found it. Every day. If we could all commit to that, I think things would get better. Because they say one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. You've never seen a barrel of good apples turn that rotten apple good. And that's true. But I always say, when somebody wants to throw that at me, I'm not an apple. Apples are apples, just what they are. They can't form an opinion. They just sit in a damn barrel waiting to rot. I have a life force in my skin, in my bone, in my body that's going to give me the opportunity to make sound judgments and decide what I want to be. That barrel of apples, that rotten apple didn't choose to be a rotten apple. It just was. Those good apples didn't choose to be good apples. They just are. Those good apples are going to be that rotten apple one day because that rotten apple wasn't born rotten. If somebody wants to expand on that little metaphor, and I always expand. So just ask, what can you do good today? What can you do good well for somebody else? And how can you make the world better day by day? That should be everybody's objective. I can't tell people what to do, but it just seems like happiness would be a choice. That's what I think. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my wine, do my homework, watch the haves and have nots. That's my stuff. Mm, 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 mm. I think I'm going to eat breakfast for dinner. Anyway, live, love, laugh, and I'm going to holler at y'all.